no! They say he's got to go! Go, go, Godzilla! Woo! Content cop. Hasan Piker. What's this guy's name again? Cameron F305. I'm gonna go ahead and slap a like on it, man. I got this guy down there in the description. You should go and check this guy out. Absolutely based video. Absolute cinema. This video, I already know it's gonna be diabolical. Absolutely dastardly.
Eat the rich.
What we do here is go back.
Dude, how ironic. Eat the rich. Why is this so shitty? It was at 240p. Come on, YouTube. Why do you keep doing this to me?
Eat the rich.
What we do here is go back.
Eat the rich. Eat the...
I hope this isn't copyrighted. I guess we'll find out. We got a hype beast grifter. That's me. I'm a grifter. That baby oil. Hamas Diddy baby oil Piker. Hamas Diddy Adolf Stalin baby oil Piker. Hamas Diddy Epstein Stalin Adolf Diddy baby oil Piker. Oh, come on. That was the replacements. Don't give me that.
Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Content Cop. Now, I'm very excited for today's episode. Cameron, I could not be more excited to see you go after Hasan Piker. I believe that, and indeed, it would be easy money to talk about this arrogant and immoral piece of shit until the end of time. In the
Hasan Piker!
And I'd get a nice check, and Hasan would have a new name in his little circle of people that he likes to blame whenever someone tries to hold him to account.
I love that Destiny's in there now. What the fuck happened?
And as fun as all of that sounds, if you're expecting me to stoke the flames of this forever war, you're gonna be pretty—
Whoa, wait. He has a Sam Hyde poster in the background. Absolutely fucking based.
disappointed
I love this
because
picture.
this video does not focus on Hasan Piker. Actually, I've had a completely different streamer in mind since the day I announced I would be continuing Content Cop myself. And many of you may be very happy to hear this name.
Yeah?
He's very spineless, and
Yeah?
just like his daddy, he's a horrible friend, and he loves to dodge accountability. Let's up those numbers!
Dude, I'm seeing this everywhere. Absolute L from Ludwig, man.
One and only Ludwig, or as I like to call him, Hasan's Piker. For those upset that this video is actually focused on Hasan's lapdog rather than relitigating all the bullshit he's done over the years, you can watch Ethan's Content Nuke or any of the wide variety of great videos that Willie Mack has made on the subject. Those will be linked in the description, and also, don't worry, this doesn't mean I don't plan on ever criticizing Hasan or don't have plans to cover him in a video like this. It's probably not going to be a content cop. He requires a fucking SWAT team, okay? This isn't a normal arrest. But
yep, content SWAT. Let's go, man.
if you want to know my rationale for this bait and switch, I'll put it on screen. Today's theme on Content Cop is purity. To briefly describe Ludwig and his content,
Sam
he's
Hyde,
a popular Twitch streamer,
the Candyman,
YouTuber, and a 30-year-old
dude,
charismatic
honestly,
frat boy
Candyman is the reason all this is happening.
with a disingenuous feeling personality.
Fucking 30 years old. We got a 30-year-old man
I heard the
calling me
gorillas.
fucking ugly on a goddamn social media website.
He's also the longtime partner of QT Cinderella, who will also be mentioned in this video. Mario, this is no to fire flower, Mario.
Oh yeah, Ouija time.
His content consists of these cowardly, shitty, hypocritical takes. A lot of it's very boring. He also runs these streamer events where they just feel like these self-flagellation spectacles rather than anything of substance. Like a big fucking game of Soggy Biscuit where everyone's just gonna jerk each other off. Do you like that, Mr. Patcher? Could I interest you in some baby oil? No, Mr. Patcher. Don't worry, Mr. Patcher. There's a lot more where that came from. All of that alone made him someone on my radar and made me start writing for this fucking video. However, the cherry on top is his blatant dodging of accountability and his part in a certain epidemic that we will be discussing later today. Alert! Alert! Hasan's feelings were hurt. Alert! Alert! Hasan,
Oh
feelings
no,
were
not
hurt.
Hasan's feelings.
What did I do?
Today's episode of Content Cop Reload is sponsored by my socials and my lovely patrons and members. For behind-the-scenes content and live streams, be sure to check out my second channel, Chaotic Camera.
Check this
Join
guy
the
out.
Discord server and interact with the community.
Everything that he
and
makes.
don't forget to follow that Twitter and Instagram. Or you could support
This
me like
guy's
these
awesome.
lovely people by becoming a patron or channel member. Lastly, we're getting really close
The
to
new
100K,
iDubbbz.
so take it away, Ludwig.
The new old iDubbbz.
Now, before I go any further, I want to make something clear on a more serious note. I don't hate Ludwig, and by no means do I think he's the worst person on Twitch.
True.
Not at all. I've just always got this disingenuous vibe.
He's a soggy biscuit. I mean, he's like if you got a delicious piece of toast and then poured water all over it.
I think he's a coward who's been showing his ass for a while without any criticism, and that's
True.
why I'm making this video. Now, while I was working on this video, a giant controversy involving Ludwig occurred, which
I
we
think
will be
people
going over in more
who unironically watch Ludwig and people like Ludwig are just huge fucking morons.
detail, but to summarize, at one of his
Most
streamer
of them, at
events,
least.
Ludwig invited his alcoholic friend and then encouraged him
Hey,
to
I remember
abuse
this.
alcohol to a dangerous and deadly degree. This caused many uncomfortable situations, especially for the female guests, which Ludwig dodged all accountability for. This incident only reinforced the criticism I had already planned to bring forward, but I needed to mention it regardless. So with that, today we'll be giving Ludwig his long-awaited purity test and seeing how his content holds up against his values.
Values. He doesn't have values. His values is how much money that he can make.
Have you ever met someone that just doesn't really have a personality? Like they completely shift who they are and what their values are depending on their environment? Well, our chameleon jellyfish
And how much
friend
money they can
Ludwig
make?
here does that a lot. Of course, it's
Oh man, more Pegasus. I love that he coined that.
natural to adapt to your environment.
This guy is no shot. No shot. This guy's not a more Pegasus enjoyer, such as myself. Which we got one of those coming up.
And those around you, but I'm talking like a complete shift in personality and morals depending on who you need to appease. In one of his mogul mails, Ludwig covers Hasan's streaming is more soul-crushing than a 9-to-5 job comment.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome, a real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that
Bro,
9 hours of
I'm
streaming
here having fun.
absolutely will.
Ludwig is anything but negative towards Hasan in these clips.
I work
He's
for
extremely
longer than
soft on
that.
him.
I'm basically a streamer who doesn't stream because I don't have any fucking internet. I have to do this all myself, make these videos one by one. I got 3 channels that I post to every single day. 5 on this channel, 2 on my other channel, and then 1 gaming video. Every single day, all by myself, including shorts for everything. I'm having fun. I love it.
Yeah, he pokes a little bit of fun, but he shows the full context, and that's that. He was extremely fair. But then Hasan finds out and watches, and he gets mad, and his feelings get hurt, and his chat is like, L.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell for all notifications.
Ludwig.
As a streamer myself for almost 6 years now on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would look. I just.
Oh god, it's such a fake fucking thing to do. Using someone
Such a fake fucking thing to do, he says with his painted black fingernails.
who you're friends with, like being maliciously clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. Like, it's like no different than what Muda did. You show the context though, it doesn't fucking matter that he showed the context. It's like, it's odd that I have to just like sit here and be like, yeah, that's right, dude. Yeah, wag your fucking finger at me. He fucking threw me to the flames.
And this is like the end of the world.
You
Hasan's
should call
mad.
Hasan and apologize.
Hasan's mad. I've got to get SpongeBob back.
Why is Hasan mad? What did I do? What did I do?
I'm sorry, Hasan Patcher.
Because my mogul male? I feel
Dude,
like everything I said was
actual
fine.
L,
Am
man.
I crazy? Farmed for views.
Imagine
Oh,
reacting
well, I mean,
like
shit.
that
That's-
to
that was
Hasan
fucking pulled out
Piker
of the
being
thumbnail,
mad.
and I feel like it doesn't really.
Please take my
Anybody else, you'd be like, oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
a, that's,
fuck,
hey, that's
that
a change
sounds
on
bad.
the fly, baby.
Delete the video. We can't have that. You cannot be mad, Hasan Patcher. New video, new take, okay. He called it a re-upload, but it was a new take the next video. Oh, and to explain why he had to re-record the video instead of saying that he has to fix his wording for Hasan, he decides to blame drama commentators instead. It's fucking hilarious.
I was just being used in a proxy war for people who don't like Hasan. Why the fuck am I being used for that?
Because you're supporting somebody who supports terrorism, which makes you, by extension, a terrorist supporter.
It's crazy. It's crazy people. And this is the one that set me over the edge. Now, this is a DM from a guy that said no balls.
Oh, that sent you over the edge, dude. The ego on this motherfucker. I'll expand upon this in a later part of the video, but I wanted to bring up this example specifically because it's very obvious that Ludwig wants to appease as many people as possible. Now, I'm no mind reader. I don't know his intentions, but it might have something to do with the fact that he organizes a lot of streamers.
It's crazy he says that he's no mind reader, but he says all the things that we all are thinking.
Events that his girlfriend runs the streamer awards and has a podcast with Hasan, or maybe he's just a nice guy. I don't know, but my critique is that it feels very inauthentic and fake, and of course if nothing bad came of
No, it wouldn't feel inauthentic and fake. I wonder why you think that. Is it because all these Twitch streamers over there in LA are inauthentic and fake? Oh, it couldn't be.
this, then I probably
No
wouldn't
way.
be talking to you about it, but as we all know, that's just simply not the case. With the burden of having to appease
Oh man, oh that's great. You just gave me a great idea. I'm totally gonna clip the part where he says, "Oh!"
as many people as possible, there are going to be a few hiccups along the way when you're trying to virtue signal for all that desired approval.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where like 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And like ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate, but I won't throw it on you.
I love how he says he donates 10K and then says, if you got some extra bread, like 10K is extra bread to him. He's just got $10,000 lying around that he can just throw at a guy for pretty much no reason.
You know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Between like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is, but I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile.
Take. Hey, I know Arabs are dying, but I'm not gonna tell you to donate. Me, I donated $10,000, but
Don't you know there's a genocide going on, Ludwig? Don't you know?
I'm not gonna promote it. Just don't say you donated $10,000 then. And if you're not against genocide at this point, like
she's right about that though.
Keep your $10,000. Keep your little chump change. Like
now, Ludwig obviously is not in the wrong in the example that I just played, but it is really funny seeing him try to dodge all the fucking bullets like it's the goddamn Matrix, and yet he's still not able to appease one of Hasan's moderators or Hasan himself.
Two wrongs don't make a right. He was bad and trying to appeal to everyone and not take a real solid stance, but Frogan should have called him that. No, I don't give a shit about like someone being called a cracker, okay? As someone who is white and has like used that word myself.
And this
Bro,
shit's
you're
already
barely
cucked.
white.
He already defends Hasan tooth and nail all the time. Mr. Hasan Petcher, I would never spec.
He wishes he was a Muslim.
Take some baba oil. He loves the baba oil.
His life would be
on
so
his
much
back.
better.
But it's especially cucked given the fact that he was going apeshit defending her over Ethan misspeaking about the order of which she won Rising Star of the Year. And by God, let me tell you, that star is still rising.
base?
She gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they?
Now, I tried messaging to deal with it offline, but this is just wrong. And not only like wrong information, it's like fake and doctored information. First off,
At the street.
look, I won't speak for Cutie. I'm not friends with Frogan. I don't particularly like Frogan. The problem here is that he goes on to say, oh, she won an award and then got nominated the next year and then has a joke. This is a totally fake image. And when I did a bit of research, I did a reverse image search, I find out this fake image came from Destiny's subreddit a few months ago.
Lol.
To be clear, it is true that she was
Lol.
nominated in 2021 and lost, and then was again nominated 2022 and then won.
Oh yeah, did I mention that he also co-hosts the Streamer Award?
Keep your little chump change. Like
How long was she a
Ludwig, keep
rising
your chump
star?
change. In fact, never fucking show your face around here again. Go be a VTuber. Go use your chump change on VTubing. You know, Ludwig's a pure guy. He'll tell you himself. He loves to virtue signal. Like, there was this time where Hasan and a bunch of buddies decided to attack this YouTuber in the name of feminism, and for some reason, Ludwig just decided it was a perfect time to jump in. But he doesn't like to cover drama, of course. He's Ludwig from video games. But we can break this rule if it's in the name of feminism, of course. And my problem there is when you make blanket posts on issues that fucking everyone agrees on just to get good boy points from your peers and audience who eat that shit up. Now, this is not a problem exclusive to Ludwig, but it's still extremely pretentious and annoying, especially from people who actually have the means to fucking do something. This is the type of shit that turns people who would
wait, I'm gonna go back for a second.
Annoying,
Hold
especially
on.
from
I want this picture. Let me just open up Flame Shot. Let's just grab this. Let's just grab this here. So I do not have this picture and I need it.
From people who actually have the means to fucking do something. This is the type of shit that turns people who would otherwise be more outspoken and willing to take action for the cause away from wanting to support it at all. It would be better to donate to or promote resources that actually help the cause you're virtue signaling about, or at least add a meaningful discussion to whatever the fuck you're bitching about. Otherwise, please,
I saw Chris.
Shut the fuck up.
I saw Chris Tyson.
Ludwig is not just a chameleon, he's also a jellyfish. No spine, no opinions, just blending in. Now, if I were a betting man, I would bet that this man's ass has a lot of splinters. He loves to sit on that fence. We call him Splinter Ass. I'm sure there's wood all over that ass. Hasan, how much wood is on Ludwig's ass? So much wood on that ass from all that fence sitting, because he loves to sit on that fence. I'm starting to wonder if something funny is going on between Ludwig and fences, the way he loves to fence.
How much Hasan wood could Chuck?
And sit. Now, my earlier comments may have led you to believe that Ludwig actually makes drama content, and that's just not true. He's only Ludwig from video games. He doesn't talk about drama.
Don't care to discuss 99% of this because I'm Ludwig from video games. However, H3H3,
except for the numerous amount of times he's talked about drama. Ludwig ran a fucking boring channel called Mogul Mail where he would talk about whatever he felt like. Sometimes he would cover internet trauma that he totally cared about, or just whatever the fuck else came to it.
Yeah, he shut it down because he couldn't take the heat, so he got out of the kitchen. I respect it. Well, I would respect it if he'd stay the fuck out of the kitchen.
His mind. On its face, I really don't have a problem with this, other than the fact I find a lot of these videos to be really fucking boring. However, when you take a look at some of the topics he chooses to cover, you see a lot of conflicts of interest. Ludwig barely ever takes a stance in any of these videos unless it's super fucking safe for him. Yet, he always expresses feeling the need to talk about it. He took weeks being so afraid to take a stance on the Mr. Beast drama because they were friends, and frankly, I assume he saw a lot of holes in the way this dipshit tried presenting this story.
Yeah, why even talk about it?
Because he knew his audience would tear him apart because it was popular to hate Mr. Beast at that moment in time. And on the same token, there were things that were super easy to criticize Mr. Beast for that were undeniable that he was completely dodging. Now, I should clarify, he did apologize for this instance of fence sitting. However, he decided to take some random fucking ASMR channel down with him who got a little bit of information wrong. And honestly, the shit that the guy got wrong was up to semantics. It felt really unnecessary in a way to dodge some of the accountability. In some of these videos, he almost looks uncomfortable covering these situations, yet insistent on doing it anyways.
When there's a topic that needs to be talked about, not necessarily because I'm dying to talk about it, but because it is so relevant in the space that I am in, or I am perceived to be so close to said topic that not talking about it doesn't seem like an option.
I don't understand how Mr. Beast is like in the same realm as you, bro. Why? What the fuck? He's not. He is not. It's like he wants to be in that space. He probably knows Mr. Beast personally, but he's just not in that space.
Earlier, I showed the example of Ludwig deleting a Mogul Mail over Hasan getting mad. It's a perfect example of Ludwig being a coward fence sitter. When the softest joke makes Hasan angry, he has to make damage control. What was even more cowardly was after the fact, when he made a new video recovering the situation, he tried to blame himself deleting the video on his sponsor not getting good views.
The video was called "Do Streamers Have Hard Jobs?" And the reason I took it down is because we had a great sponsor on it. But the great sponsor wasn't getting great views.
Instead of just admitting the obvious fact that we all saw on stream that he was just trying not to piss off Daddy Hasan.
You should call Hasan and apologize. Why is Hasan mad? What did I do? Because of my Mogul Mail?
It would have been so easy to say to your audience, look, this guy's my friend, and I don't want to jeopardize our friendship, nor do I think I can be impartial. People would still look at you funny for...
You're friends with a terrorist supporter.
for being friends with Hasan, but it would still eliminate half the problem. Did you guys know Hasan attended a Diddy party?
I walked into this like back like sphere Epcot looking thing in the back of like the house that P. Diddy was renting for his and was throwing after parties at Coachella, and they were playing like these crazy things for people who are
Dude, the socialist man, not a capitalist, not a rich capitalist at all, went to Coachella. If that tells you anything about who this guy is and what he's about. He's a rich guy.
high. One of the images that they were playing was like this little girl, this like supposedly attractive, very young girl.
Nice friends you got there, Ludwig. But of course, he's got to cover everything while keeping every friendship intact. Yes, even that friendship. A quick recap if you don't know, Ludwig's friend Atrioc was caught looking at deepfake porn of female streamers, including Ludwig's girlfriend Cutie Cinderella. It obviously caused a big controversy. I found this situation to be very odd, and I'm not going to be overly critical here because I can understand how weird of a situation this must have been for him. I will point out, however, that he did not have to dip his toes and make a video in this situation whatsoever. He could have just been supportive of his girlfriend behind the scenes. Yet he let his audience push him around and force him to make a video talking about it.
I felt pressure to make this video. Some people were mad at me in my DMs. And
that's
the
problem, bro.
that I've taken so long to make this video. But I hope you get that I prioritized being a boyfriend to my girlfriend, who's had a very shit past couple of days, over being like mogul male guy. But then
yeah, also your girlfriend has a podcast with a terrorist supporter, and it's about virtue signaling.
when I sat down to think of like, okay, what am I supposed to say here? What is my take?
I can't be the only one who found this video strange. He's very light on Atrioc and instead focuses his attention on blaming men. That's right, it's men at fault for what your friend did.
It didn't feel like there was any other take to have than the one being expressed by all the women online. So rather than tell you a random dude's opinion on
this is the same take Linkin Park has right now, with nobody liking Linkin Park. Well, actually, you don't like Linkin Park because we have a woman singer. Get fucking real, man.
All this, I figured I would just show you some of the tweets that I thought
you look
were
like a
poignant and
moron.
powerful. Ultimately, it's not really about Atrioc. He's just another man partaking in the problem.
Another man.
It's about men feeling entitled
he
to
was
every
your friend,
part
you
of a
piece
woman
of
online,
shit.
and the desire to consume so much that they are willing to rob women of their personhood. It's about the men who will defend him because they see nothing wrong with viewing women as solely vessels for their pleasure.
You could have just been like, oh, well, I thought he was my friend and he was trying to look at my girlfriend naked, and that's fucking weird. We're not friends anymore. That's all you had to say, and left it at that.
That's right, another man, Ludwig, took an opportunity to virtue signal after reading off another female streamer's tweet saying that male streamers shouldn't be talking about this because they can't even relate.
None of you should care or listen to what any male streamer's take is on how we feel.
Now, I'm cool with him forgiving his friend, and I think it's cool that he publicly supported his girlfriend, and if that was the plan, he could have just not commented further. Now, to be clear, I think Atrioc has overall done everything he could to make the situation right, and it seems like everyone has forgiven each other, and I think that's great. I'm just saying, letting your audience...
Atrioc did this because all of you are pieces of shit.
Force a response out of you after another female voice told you not to, and then using that opportunity to virtue signal was kind of odd to me and felt kind of cowardly. Another great example is a local male Ludwig made last year on the Twitch adpocalypse. This video's got it all. Fence-sitting, cowardly behavior, bad journalism, arrogance, hypocrisy, the whole shebang, honestly. Kind of reminds me of a video's namesake, huh? Shh. I love you, Hasan Piker. For context, last year, the Twitch adpocalypse started after many viewers, and notably Dan Saltman, pushed for Twitch to stop upholding double standards against creators. This was after a bunch of clips of Hasan and his orbiters resurfaced of them saying anti-Semitic remarks disguised as anti-Zionist remarks without punishment. However, Asmongold made a nasty comment against Palestinians, which at least he apologized.
No, guys. I don't hate all the Jews. I only hate Zionists. I think all Jews are Zionists.
And got a week-long ban. This led to a campaign of viewers led by Dan Saltman to email a bunch of advertisers over Hasan's behavior to pull ads from Twitch, and it worked. Then Hasan blamed Asmongold for the Twitch adpocalypse, and Asmongold said it's both of their faults, and in all reality, in my genius, humble, well-informed, dumbass opinion, it's Twitch's fault. On principle, I'm generally against ad boycotts. Actually,
it's not even Twitch's fault. It's Amazon's fault for letting it happen.
can tell you firsthand that shit affects small creators the most. And as a big fan of the First Amendment, I think Twitch has too many policies that are way too strict on what can and can't be said, that are selectively enforced, leading to these double standard situations. They should either enforce the rules fairly or
I can support terrorism openly, but you better not call my friend fat, and you better not call my other friend a whore. You will be banned.
fucking change them, but they always refuse to do so. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot to say on Twitch, so shit, maybe a video about it will come one day. And for Ludwig, because of Hasan and Orbiters being involved, this is probably a lot to dodge and a pretty scary situation to be in, so maybe he would take the route of just not covering it, but we know that's not gonna happen. So how does Ludwig cover the situation?
That's right, another mogul mail.
That's right. Welcome back to another episode of Moron Mail. I'm your host, Logwig. Log because that's what I like to sit on.
I love the Terraria music.
And today we're gonna have some of the
Dude,
bravest
this guy's
jokes
fucking
imaginable. So he
based.
starts the video off with a lie, marketing
I know like all of the things that he's using.
this video as the definitive video on the subject.
Where we're talking about the Twitch adpocalypse. Why? Because I was talking to my friend Shake about it last night, and I wanted to look up a video to learn
Master
more
Shake.
about it, and there was
Shake
none.
Zula, the
So I
Mike
decided,
Rula.
okay, I will make one.
Which just isn't even true. There were a ton of videos already made on the subject, especially by
Hey,
Chicken
Tom Dark.
Charleston over here. After explaining how ads work on Twitch
Turkey
for fucking
Tom,
5
whatever.
minutes, he shows his bias immediately by obfuscating the reason people are upset with Twitch. He blames the apocalypse on the Asmongold ban.
Where did the advertisers go? Do they hate Twitch all of a sudden? Well, the genesis of this, as far as I can tell, is when Asmon got banned off of Twitch.
He avoids mentioning Hasan,
Where people are like, okay, you ban Asmon for saying this thing about Palestinian people, but, you know, what about this person saying this thing about this people?
he tiptoes around Frogan's racial tier list.
And they banned several Arab streamers following a Habibi rating panel that was at TwitchCon, and you can see the sponsors are in the background.
Huh?
He claims
what was it about though? Why did they get banned? What were they doing there?
Asmongold blamed himself, which is half true because he showed half the context.
Hasan is blaming Asmongold for the adpocalypse, for teaming up with people who he says, and Asmon is
looking at me and blaming me. I want to say you're welcome.
taking blame himself, and probably talking about DEI again for the 100th time.
Damn, Ludwig, did Hasan write that joke himself?
If I had to guess.
Excellent backpedal. Don't want to start drama, of course. And this fucking boggled me the most.
How's
'cause
that
after
DEI
the video
going,
dropped,
huh? How's all that DEI going? It went great, didn't it?
actually cuts apart from his video,
Going
which was
strong.
a clip of Ms. Kiff saying that Hasan should have been banned. Hey, yo, you know it's bad when LSF is calling you out, too. It's very clear he's trying to do some fucking PR for Hasan. This video runs off cherry-picked clips and a giant avoidance of showing off the clips of Hasan saying insanely controversial things that Dan Saltman used to run this boycott. This video was a terrible attempt to be an unbiased look at the adpocalypse while ignoring the facts of the situation and running PR for his shitty friends, who, as we've already shown, don't exactly reciprocate the same energy.
Bro, I don't even think we've seen the half of it. I think this is going to get so much worse. So much worse. And I think a lot of people are going to see, oh, Hasan's being very successful. He is a huge success for all of these things. Let's emulate that.
This is a cracker take.
Frogan should have called him that. No, I don't give a shit.
You don't have to loaf me, Hasan. I still loaf you. Why don't we read the comments? Ludwig
Dude, this
knows
got so much
exactly
baby
why
oil
this
on
is
it.
happening and who is causing it, but being unable to say why and who for obvious reasons is hilarious. Lud, you're better off not covering a topic if you have to tiptoe around so much to avoid offending friends. Lud kept criticizing Mr. Beast for not speaking out against his friends, other YouTubers for not speaking out, and then drops this shit. Nice try, Lud. Now, as we've established, he did actually take some
Nice try, Ludswig.
heat for this. So what does Ludwig do in response? Does he acknowledge and remove his shitty content? Does he
Nope.
make a video
Obvious.
correcting the record? Does he attempt to take accountability? Nope. Instead, he abandons his channel. And then when asked why he stopped uploading, he shits on the drama commentary community, says he's officially quitting the channel, and is done making any more drama content.
Will you post on Mogul Mail again? No, I don't think so. I think the drama landscape has changed quite a bit on YouTube in a way that I don't like. I don't like it
Yeah,
so
because
much.
it affects you.
There is
Because they're talking about you, you fucking moron. You huge pussy. That's why we call you jellyfish.
sometimes fun drama, but I do think drama frogs have become more powerful scarier, to be honest.
As he
What
sits
a
here
fucking
talking about drama.
disingenuous coward. And trust me, we're not done talking about Mogul Mail, as spoiler alert, he hasn't stopped talking about drama. Well, shit, as of editing this video, he returned to the Mogul Mail channel to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. While I haven't watched this video yet, I say with
That's
full
not even
confidence that there
drama.
is a non-zero chance that he defends Hasan from being in the Epstein files. Another little funny anecdote that I thought I'd throw in is that he is friends with Pirate Software. Oh, and there was another act of cowardice that we're gonna cover.
Pirate Software is being implicated for some fraud right now for manipulating his audience and having somebody donate and pretend that he's not the mod, pretend that he's somebody else. Trust me, I'm like, you gotta watch it, man. I've got a video on my channel, the last video I made about Pirate Software, or Legal Mindset / video about Pirate Software, or pretty much Quinthio's newest video. Any of them, man. Absolute garbage bullshit. All these people, they're just liars and manipulators. It's funny how they all are just like the most popular people on Twitch.
Where he throws his friend under the bus and avoids all accountability, but we'll cover that when we get to the recent situation.
Stop calling me gay. I swear I love the giant.
You know what? I'm putting myself in Ludwig's shoes right now, and I'm starting to feel bad for him. Ludwig, greatest streamer ever. When you're
Hold on. Let me try and get into Jellywig's shoes. Ew, they're wet!
that big of a fucking coward that you gotta suck off every morsel of clout to keep your events from imploding and to keep your girlfriend's podcasts and award shows intact, that's gotta be hard. I'm hard. And as you could probably imagine, putting yourself in that position sets you up for a lot of hypocrisy. Hold up, chat. Let me up these numbers. I mean, how the fuck can you be morally consistent when your morals gotta change depending on who you need to appease right now, right? The hypocrisy writes itself, and plenty of examples of Ludwig being a hypocrite, like his inconsistent drama coverage on Mogul Mail, have already been shown. But that doesn't mean I'm done. Ludwig is very selective about what drama he cares about. Like, he'll virtue signal about his friends and whatnot, but when it comes to smaller creators getting fucked over, not my problem, even if it's the cardinal sin of YouTube.
I saw the drama yesterday with WestJet, if you saw that.
I like WestJet.
That's Valorant related.
Wait, I feel like I looked this up, but I forget. What is it?
He made a video about Shazam, and then Shazam copyright struck him.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, this is all lame. I don't care.
I mean, it's still fucked up. It's a false copyright strike.
It is.
Yeah. We don't see Charlie talking to Ludwig anymore, at least publicly.
Covering drama. He fucking lied. Yep, here he is covering another drama, which is fuck me. Okay, and I'm never gonna escape this fucking topic.
Yeah, I think Charlie finally figured out, like, oh, everything that everybody's saying about Ludwig is true. This guy's an actual coward and a piece of shit and only cares about himself.
Actually, well, I'm not as depressed as I was when writing that because it got canceled and there's a lot of funny stuff happening and Issa's crashing out. It's all good, but that's for another video. But anyways, take a wild guess at who Ludwig tried running PR for this time. Any guesses? Yeah, you in the back over there.
Was it the Jamas?
Muy bien, let's go. Yeah, so when Idubbbz and Anissa left Creator Clash and the new owners leaked that Ian and Anissa were being dishonest about profiting off of the event, naturally, people felt scammed. But fear not, Ludwig is here to save the day. He goes on to misrepresent the actual argument, saying it doesn't matter that the other events failed, and it doesn't matter that they were profiting.
Don't you just love Lug?
Because the first one did really good.
Let's call him Lug
So it was a scam? I feel like that has to be like the worst.
Bro, this is the most that I've seen Ego Raptor since I was in high school. It's just from this clip of Ego Raptor's face looking like this.
Faith interpretation. I think if an event is successful and raises $1.3 million for charity on their first go around, their big plan isn't like, oh my God, and this next time we run it, we're going to make money for ourselves. Now that we've raised $1.3 million for charity, now we get to make some money of our own. You would just take the $1.3 million on the first go around. 1.3 mil is a lot of money, bro. That's hella bread. So I feel like you're just not, if you're looking at it in a vacuum, yeah, I think you could call that a scam.
I'm looking at it in a vacuum and I still really don't understand.
But you're ignoring the context of the first one that was hella successful.
Nobody's ignoring the context of the first event. I certainly didn't. What you're ignoring is the context of the second event. And while this time around, they were profiting off of the event and marketing it as a charity event when none of the event proceeds were going to charity. He then proves over and over that he just does not understand the situation whatsoever in a way that's really fucking frustrating.
I think
or maybe he does.
Flopped.
Maybe he does, and he's just being dishonest. trying to cover for them, trying to make it seem like it's not as bad as it actually is, and people will listen to Ludwig's take. That's probably what he's trying to do. That's what it seems like. That's what it feels like to me.
How did CC2 make no money? Because they had a pay-per-view model and they just didn't.
No, why did it flop? They didn't promote the event, dude. You don't understand the event.
Is money paid not towards charity until event costs are paid? Yeah, but presumably. Because where else is the money coming from? And I guess, do you guys consider that a scam?
No, that's not what anyone's talking about. Yeah, dumbass, that's how the first two events were operated, and nobody has a problem with the first one. The problem with the second one is that the costs were going to bullshit, and the problem with the third one is that it wasn't even a fucking charity event as advertised.
I was super excited for the first one. I watched it on Discord.
Now, why is this in the hypocrisy section? Buckle up, because this is fucking... Mwah.
I feel like people get real bad faith or virtue signally when it comes to charity stuff. Yeah, maybe grandstandy. I don't know the exact word. But I feel like when the word charity is hit, people are like, heavens. And most incredibly
especially since the completionists got all fucked up.
Successful charities understand.
Dude, we really chased that guy off the internet. I think he's still posting videos, but like, boy, it ain't the same.
That it's a business and things need to be able to operate not just one time, but consistently many times.
Buddy, who are you defending? They constantly use charity as a shield to virtue signal. That was one of the biggest critiques of the event.
I can't believe Ludwig is just actively always defending all the people that the entire internet hates.
He's just so...
We can just call a spade a spade. These are drama frogs. These are all drama frogs who are very mad at Ian and Anissa. But like, I think the wind is out of the sails because unless they're lying, they have nothing to do with this. They won't be a part of it. They own none of it. They stand to gain nothing from it. So it's like, what are we yelling at?
We also have some breaking new additions to this section. Now that Creator Clash 3 is canceled.
That didn't age well at all.
He flip-flopped again. Oh, now it's Ian and Anissa's fault. Now it was fucked from the start. It's just like, pick a goddamn side and stick with it. Also, you gotta love his chat. Like, no wonder he's scared shitless and can't have an actual take of anything.
Yeah, I think he just really wants to talk about these things because he's like, everybody's talking about this. A lot of people are making money. I gotta cash in on it and I gotta be on the right side. Which side is the right side? I don't know, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. These people are my friends, so might as well just defend them. Oh, people are saying they're actually doing some shitty things. Oh, they're still my friends, but let's be against them because I don't want to receive hate.
I think ultimately the right call that they canceled it. Because if they had gone through with it, I think it would have done so bad. Ethan Klein did it. Okay, I'm not trying to be controversial here, but I do think iDubbbz posting the content cop was one of the dumbest moves ever. Straight up. That was crazy.
Ooh, you're right.
I think it was not considerate
of
how many other people would be.
That's only 10% of it, though. That's probably the biggest single percentage is the 10%. And also being friends with a terrorist supporter, that doesn't help. Lying and manipulating all the time, that doesn't help. Anissa not taking credit for the bad things, only taking credit for the good things, that doesn't help.
Dragged into the situation who don't give a fuck and just want to fight. You know, make that video when Creator Clash isn't happening, I would say.
I saw a lot of people praising him for being like, wow, he's actually saying the right thing this time around. Yeah, because it's fucking convenient. It's not like some new information was presented over the last month to change his mind, okay? It's because it's convenient.
Will Ludwig continue to be a hypocrite? Will Cameron finish editing this video before he has to move out? Will we ever know how much baby oil is required for a Ludwig event? Stay tuned and find out on this episode of Content Cop Reload.
Okay.
I kissed you
Inauthentic.
and it felt...
This section was my original reasoning for making this video until shit just continued to pile. I am not the first person and probably won't be the last person.
Oh, wait. I noticed something. We gotta go back for a second. This right here tells you everything you need to know about people like Ludwig. Ludwig, with Galaxy S24 Ultra. All the corporations want to advertise on Ludwig's channel, or on his streams. Gross. Actual slave labor corporations.
Girls before, and it felt
This section was my original reasoning for making this video until shit just continued to pile. I am not the first person and probably won't be the last person to point out how inauthentic and fake Mr. Chameleon Jellyfish's fucking personality feels. But to start, I need you guys to be introduced to this little game theory I have called streamer hierarchy. It's this hierarchy of different streamer cliques that all kind of just work together. The one I'm focusing on here is what I'll call the LA clique, which has kind of got two factions. There's the main bubble where you got fucking Ludwig, Cutie Cinderella, Fuslie, Valkyrie, Doug, etc. These are all the people that are well connected, clean image, go to every event, yada yada. Then you got the outer bubble, Hasan, Pokimane, etc., who are either too big or too controversial to be at every event. But they're always welcome whether or not they pass the vibe check because there's so much audience overlap.
Dude, hold on.
But they're always welcome whether or not they pass the vibe.
This bitch looks fucking insane. This is her happy face. Does she not look like an actual demon? This is a succubus. I think this is the problem.
Vibe check because there's so much audience overlap. Mr. Patcher, you're always welcome at my events. Perhaps more Mario Kart? There's Beppe.
Hey, Sam!
Now, I got nothing against most of the people I just listed. There's just something very pretentious about the idea of this group. Especially because Ludwig and QT kind of act as the mean girls, or like the gatekeepers of the clique. They run most of the events, they have some control over who's valid.
Bro, not even high school, this is junior high shit.
Who isn't, which is explored in this video, and they call most of the shots. For example, the Streamer Awards, an event made by Ludwig's girlfriend, Cutie Cinderella. They control who's invited, they get the final say on nominees, and hell, if they wanted to, they can AstroTurf the votes. I mean, who won the first Streamer of the Year award?
The winner of the Streamer of the Year award is Ludwig.
Oh, you don't say! At Cutie Cinderella's event, Ludwig wins Streamer of the Year? What? That's crazy.
You guys would not believe who I had to sleep with to get this.
Must be a coincidence. That must be a coincidence. Cutie Cinderella would never. Maybe Cutie Cinderella had AstroTurfed it, but I know Ludwig would never because...
Dude, man, this video is absolutely diabolical. I was right. I knew it was going to be diabolical.
If Ludwig had control over the Streamer Awards, we know who would be winning Streamer of the fucking Year. We know who wins that. Now consider how this clique ties into what we've already talked about so far relating to Ludwig. It's not that Ludwig cares. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but it's that he needs to care. He needs to have this squeaky clean image. Like, you ever notice how none of these people play PR for Ludwig? They openly talk shit, yet everything's just fine? Now just keep my little game theory in mind because I do expand upon it later, and also let me know your thoughts on it because it might be worthy of its own video in the future. But my point is, Ludwig, you're like fucking YouTube's James Corden. Disingenuous and fake, but with a facade of this guy who's all happy-go-lucky that all the little streamer micro-celebrities need to be involved with. Now, maybe none of that matters, and maybe if none of these events were overhyped...
And I think Hasan Piker is the Stephen Colbert of pro-terrorism.
Boring fucking garbage, I wouldn't care. Even so, that doesn't top our next subject.
So we're doing Mario Kart World. It's an unsponsored event with no prize pool. I'm
Here
getting 24
we
people
go.
to compete for Mario Kart World.
Glugwig.
And actually, chat, right now, let's figure out my list. Mango, of course Mango. He's got to be invited. He has a chance of becoming the 3-time.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink
3 years in a row. This guy is the drinking champion. No, he's like an alcoholic. Of course.
So throughout this video,
I'm not enabling him.
Been using the word boring a lot to describe his mogul mail content. And honestly, any streamer, he's just talking about random shit. It's pretty boring. He doesn't really add anything new to the table because most of the time he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But
most
him
of the
not
time,
knowing what he's talking about might not be the
Bro, I think you're giving him too much credit.
problem. I feel like he could totally up the ante and do something more funny and creative. I mean, shit, how entertaining are his events?
PB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
Woo! So awesome and
I see, so
cool.
the only real wow factor of these events has just been alcohol. How about he just gets fucking shit-faced drunk?
Dude, these streamers need to quit drinking on stream.
Hello everyone, welcome
Unless
back
it's something
to More
like
on
this.
Mail. We
This
have
is
some
okay, 'cause
crazy
it's funny.
news today. We're upping the numbers today. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of... Today we're going to be talking about some crazy news. Anissa Jamal got all her tattoos removed, and I think this is crazy. Why did she do it? We think it's because of the patriarchy and, you know, all the pressure that mean iDubbbz puts on her. I think that's really fucked up, and I think we should look into that. But who am I to say? Actually, I think iDubbbz is a good guy, and I think we should forgive him. I think what's actually going on is it's Asmongold's fault. Potentially Tectone was involved. That's my take on the situation.
Dude. iDubbbz was never a good guy. He just used to be kind of entertaining.
But Asmongold just admitted to saying slurs. I won't make a stance on it. I'm not kidding. Look at the clip.
Asmongold
He says
wouldn't
on
say
stream
slurs.
right here that he likes to say slurs off camera. And I don't really have an opinion on this, but I just thought it was important to let you know that he
says slurs like Nick.
He has said slurs before. Hasan would never. This has been Moron Mail. This has been Moron Mail. I'm gonna go kiss Hasan Piker on the mouth.
Yeah, Hasan Piker, he'd never call any of the Jews a cunt.
Are hurting my feelings. Please stop calling me gay.
Let's up those numbers! Unfortunately, our test results have come in, and it seems that you failed. What the fuck, Ludwig? Who's gonna run?
Yeah, what a fucking
cover for us now. So I had to make a lot of changes to my loose little script while researching for this video. Things kept
I'm gonna have to cut a lot of that out. Damn. Said 3 slurs in a row.
Happening over the past month. Now, we've already established that Ludwig likes hosting these gay little YouTuber events. He recently held one for Mario Kart but drunk, and he called it Beerio Kart, which ended in such disaster it added to the budget of this video. I would have just been recording this in my cop outfit without consuming a lot of alcohol, but here I am. Now, why did this event end in disaster? Well, Ludwig decided to invite his alcoholic friend Mango to the event.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink 30
He's like
beers
an alcoholic.
and has the same
Not quite an alcoholic.
off no beers.
Sounds like a fucking horrible idea. Did he at least try to keep him under control?
We gotta do PB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
No, he actively encouraged arguably deadly amounts of alcohol.
Mango just blew a .32!
Whoa!
After getting seriously drunk, Mango started doing some...
people were defending this, saying that, like, well, actually, it's probably showing that he blew more than what he actually had in his blood. Dude, like that even fucking matters.
Not so good things. He violated a Toad plushie, and he made a lot of the female streamers uncomfortable.
Final words.
Who does that even when they're that drunk? I don't. I've been that drunk and I haven't been like that. That's fucking insane.
No. Now, obviously, Mango fucked up here. No denying it. He's taking accountability and he's being punished. I'm not going to tear him apart here, but he absolutely fucked up. However, let's not act like it wasn't extremely irresponsible to invite a known alcoholic to your event. Ludwig absolutely has some responsibility in this. He was encouraging and shouting to the rooftops how dope it is that Mango is this fucking drunk.
Everybody! Mango just
Dude.
blew a .32!
I remember when we were excited about stuff like this in
He
fucking
was telling
high
people
school.
how great of an alcoholic Mango is.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic.
Childish behavior.
Mango can drink 30 beers and act the same he does.
That's
off
not a
no
good
beers.
thing.
I'm sorry, but hold up. Is that pirate software as this camera guy?
He's a machine of a
He
man.
said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000.
He ignored people saying what he was doing was a bad idea.
I've got family members with wet brain. This situation actually did piss me off.
He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
To be clear, that is dangerous. That's not good. That's not good. That's dangerous. Let's up those numbers!
Dude,
And he
there's a
still
famous
never
clip.
stopped Mango after shit hit the fan.
What are you pulling her hair?
Mango, you're so silly!
Don't beat her ass
You
up,
guys
bro.
are amazing!
I won't let him beat you up.
Thank you, Lud. That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Boink,
thank you for
boink,
competing.
boink. I did ads.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup, right?
Borderlands sponsor actually good?
What?
And he's not doing anything about
It
it.
was fun.
Didn't do anything about it at all.
I love Borderlands.
Season's
4.
happening.
But This was the best day ever. 10-hour stream.
Woman's hair. It's voluminous.
Oh, great. Voluminous.
She only watches that shit once a month.
Yes, I am.
Turns out we're staying here.
Now, Ludwig did initially make a response, and honestly, wasn't all that bad. Not perfect by any means, but it probably could have been left at that.
There's a bunch of clips yesterday of Mango going around humping people. And I know this because I saw them all this morning. And I also, I think, was getting humped a lot myself. Now, I'm going to say, I don't mind when Mango humps me because I know Mango. It was super weird.
That's fucking
if you watched
weird.
any of the clips.
I wouldn't let anybody hump me. That's so weird.
Yeah, I feel like menace is like a cutesy term that we use with Mango. And it's like, nah, that's just harassment, bro. You can't be cutesy about it. My main goal at any event
but you
is
let
that
them
the
do
people
it.
who are participating have a good time. And I dropped the ball yesterday. I mean,
these people, they need to just stop drinking on stream. They need to why? Especially if it's like a live stream. People getting that drunk, something is bound to go wrong. You were just asking for this to happen.
Be real, I dropped the ball. Because not only did people not have a good time, some people had like an explicitly bad time. Like they were uncomfortable, wanted to leave early, needed to leave early. And that's like,
Can't believe we're talking about this again. We almost forgot about it.
Me. That's my event. That's my job to do that. So I feel really bad about that. And, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also,
They might have felt
and I already
uncomfortable.
told Mango this, I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves event. Because, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like,
do
the
them at
whole
all.
point of an event is like, it's a fun thing to do, have a good ass time. And if somebody appearing jeopardizes somebody else having a good time, that just can't be a thing.
The only real problem with this response is that he takes no accountability for the fact that he was actively encouraging his alcoholism. And the fact that, this guy was a known alcoholic. He just actively encouraged it, didn't really acknowledge it, but he did, competently respond and say that he felt bad at first. Then the double downs happen. Then he doesn't shut the fuck up.
You killed Mango? Not even a little bit. I don't know if you're memeing or genuine. I feel zero guilt. I don't feel guilty at all. I think this is his own actions because he's his own man.
Typical
He's an adult
enabler,
man.
by the way.
There's the fucking
I know a lot
problem.
of them.
I feel no guilt. This is
They
not my
all
fault.
act like
I
that.
beg your pardon? You shouldn't
It's
have
never their
invited him
fault.
to the event. And yeah, the onus is on him to drink responsibly, of course. But he's not gonna do that. That's like putting Casey trying to turn a weed and say, no. That's like putting train wrecks in a casino and saying, no.
That's like putting Frogan in a room full of Krabby Patties and acting like her thighs aren't gonna explode.
Train, gamble responsibly. I know you will. He's not going to. And you going, let's up those numbers when he's already at an extreme dangerous level. You point out how dangerous it is. You feel zero guilt, buddy? Yeah, fuck you.
This might be the best thing for him. Yeah, and I see what you're saying. Because of his short-term failures, he might long-term become a better person. Had this gone unchecked longer, it could have, hurt him or his family in possibly a more drastic way.
Oh, okay, I got it. You're the good guy. What a great way to turn that around, huh? Thank you for inviting him to the event. That's what we should be thanking you. Because otherwise he wouldn't have turned his life around, right?
Saw this tweet today. Are you not talking about the Mango thing? Before having to address what happened at your event is pointless to the fact that it happened live while you and your crew and other friends either sat there and watched it happen and egged it on. You actively let him sexually harass multiple women on your show.
Now, how is he going to follow up with this criticism? Because honestly, it's fair and it's true.
Kind of disheartening to see a tweet like this get 9K likes. It's kind of sad.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Moron Mail. I have some disheartening news. I'm facing the consequences of my actions, but I can't make a stance on it personally. There's this side where it's like, oh, you can clearly see me cheer him on, and then there's this other side, well, he kind of did it. So it's up in the air at this point.
There's literally a clip of me seeing it happen in probably the most minor form that there is a clip, like Mango touching somebody's hair, and I did stop it.
Then at that point,
No, you
should have
didn't,
shut
bro.
it down. Why don't you take him aside and say, hey, buddy.
You put a stop to it, and then he came back and did it again. You're like, oh, no, stop it. And then he came back again. You're like, oh, no, stop it. Bro, you should have just kicked him out. All of this could have been avoided. Or actually, all of it could have been avoided when you don't invite the alcoholic to your drinking event.
I think I made a mistake. I think we let you go a little too far. I think you're done for the night. Let him rest. Get him an Uber home. I don't know. Why don't you start to think about that if he's getting touchy with other people, specifically another woman?
I see.
Because I need to win. Don't you understand? The content.
You getting a lot of heat on Twitter? Yeah, but it's all noise. It's all fake noise. Like, I think it's super, like, whatever. It is what it is.
It's fake noise, guys. Let's up those numbers! Woo! Fake noise didn't happen. No one saw me encouraging this shit. Let's up those numbers! There was no encouragement. There was actually no sexual harassment either. Let's up those numbers!
Because what I've also realized is people who hate also don't care.
True, you're right. Most people critiquing you don't really care about Mango. They care that you don't care about Mango. If you cared about Mango, you wouldn't have put him in an environment.
And it's not even that. Hold up. It's not even that. It's the fact that it's happening on Twitch while all of these other shitty things are happening on Twitch, but people that are just doing normal shit like calling somebody fat, calling somebody a whore, when they are actually those things, they get banned. But people like Ludwig doing actual shitty things on stream, they don't get banned. Hasan Piker being pro-terrorism, he doesn't get banned. Asmongold saying that Palestinians are inferior, which, by the way, based, he gets banned. Get the fuck out of here with that. Not you, I'm talking about Twitch.
Abuse alcohol and further his alcoholism and fuck up in the way he did. And you wouldn't just be like putting all blame on him and taking zero accountability after the fact. Be an actual friend. You look like a piece of shit. It's not anybody else's job to care about your friend other than you. He refuses to shut the fuck up about the situation after his first response and continues to just dodge all accountability every time he addresses it. Meanwhile, everyone on the fucking internet other than his little gooner friends are giving him shit for it.
And I like to believe that in 3 years, Mango's character and Mango's behavior will actually fill the shoes of the GOAT that we thought he was.
Whoa! You were just hyping up his character, now you're talking shit about your friend. What the fuck? And again, you act like you have zero culpability here. And here's his like fucking third or fourth response. And he immediately starts it off terribly saying,
chat, there are gonna be a lot more drama heads today, okay? I won't lie about it. It is what it is.
Guys, there's gonna be a lot of drama today. Chat, please forgive all the drama heads in chat that are gonna bother us and fuck us over today. Shut the fuck up.
Talked to Mango, he reached out, we talked a bit. And I have some thoughts and opinions that I thought about speaking, but he asked of me to not speak on it.
What are the odds of that being true? Well, my friend told me no to hold myself accountable. Mango's probably talking to you, but I highly doubt he told you not to cover what the fuck you did.
And even if that was true, he still proceeded to cover it. So, like, either way, he's a piece of shit.
There's a perception of Mango that people have in their mind, but they don't actually care about him. I don't think they'll be in his stream when he's back to streaming. And
I do care about him as a human being, though. I don't care about him, like, as a content creator or just another person on the internet. But as a human being, I don't want him to be hurt. I want him to do good. I love people.
Month or whenever it is.
It's not our job to care about your friend. It's your job as this dude's friend to care about your friend.
And it's also Twitch's job to not allow shit like this to happen. They should have banned him for this, but no. Let's ban Tectone for calling a whore a whore.
Dude, I'm a fucking 21-year-old retard, and I could even tell you what you did there was stupid.
He was messaging me. He was like, Tectone followed me. Who the fuck is Tectone? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a very genuine pursuit of the people who speak on Mango's behalf.
Let me throw out a controversial name so they can go shit on him instead of me. Oh, I'm gonna name drop Tectone. This guy doesn't care about my friend. Shut the fuck up. That's not what's happening. You know that's not what's happening.
No, he doesn't, actually. I don't think he does know what's happening. I think he's an absolute moron, and, like, he's just trying to deflect everything off of him so he can be like, no, guys, I'm milquetoast. Let me be milquetoast, please.
You for not caring about your friend.
But instead, he comes off as toast that is soaked in milk.
The dude who just said Tectone GOAT got banned. What the fuck?
With milk.
I think a lot of people want me to take accountability. I think I said my piece on it. I don't understand necessarily why Twitch banned Mango and not me. I don't even know if I necessarily agree with it. I think it'd be fine if Twitch banned me. But I'm not Twitch. I'm not going to personally ban myself. I don't think it's...
Yeah, he even says it himself. And then, you know what didn't happen? He didn't get banned. Because none of these people get banned. Even when they're like, I think I probably should have been banned. And they're like, you make us too much money, Jellywig.
It's my responsibility.
I'm not gonna take accountability. You make these small allusions to like try to hopefully like trickle off some of the hate by saying like, oh, you know, why doesn't Twitch ban me too? I don't mind. I'm not gonna ban myself though. You have yet to take accountability. You said you don't regret what you did, and then you put a little sliver out there. You put a little noodle there. We don't want the noodle. We want the pasta.
And I actually genuinely have no ill will towards any drama channel who makes videos. Like, I think it is a hustle. It is a career that they have made. They speak on any drama for 20 minutes and they move on. I think the actual care about the things they
speak on any drama for 20 minutes. He has no idea what we're about, man. No, we make 20-minute videos multiple times a day. Sometimes hour long, 2 hours long. From the start of the drama all the way to the end. And we'll milk the shit out of it, man.
talk about factors very small.
What is this safe, edgy, oh, we're gonna shit on these people by saying, oh, but we respect the hustle. Shut the fuck up.
When I'm in bed, I watch 3 things, okay? I watch Northern Lion streams, I watch One Piece, the anime,
and I watch Hasan Piker.
That's pretty much it.
And he doesn't even watch Hasan Piker. He just pretends that he's friends with him because Hasan Piker's popular and Twitch's golden boy, and he wants to be really, really in good with Twitch.
Thought about, like, maybe I should make a mogul mail.
Because Ludwig, at the end of the day, he's a corporate freak.
And address it all and talk about it. And then I was like, well, who am I?
And he's a fucking fat...
What am I doing this for?
Oh my god, he has a rational thought about his dead channel. Maybe I should return to Mogul Mail and take accountability and be fair in a drama. Nah! Why be accountable?
I see a lot of people online defending me. I'm getting hella shit online, but I think that's chill. Like, you know, that's ultimately the right of people on the internet, regardless whether it's based in truth or not.
What is anybody criticizing you lying about? You encouraged your alcoholic friend to drink more. Where's the lie?
A direct
I love you, Hasan
Piker, which is about as good.
I'm bummed at how he's handling.
Yeah, and the only reason that he's okay with it is because he can't do anything about it. If he could, he would strike all of these channels down and nobody be able to talk about him. Because he doesn't think that they're based in truth. He thinks they're all lies and it's all a grift. He just didn't say grifter. But that's what he probably tells people behind the scenes. That we're all grifters. That we're the grifters. Not himself.
The current situation. I don't actually really understand how I could handle it better.
Oh my god. So there you go. He's quintupled down on the lack of accountability. He doesn't think he's done anything wrong. He won't face the criticism head on. He won't address it until he eventually does. But we'll get to that in a second because I got some more criticism to hurl his way. So while defending himself against all of the shit he's gotten through this Mango drama, he brings up the fact that, well, we brought Mango to these events in the past and nothing happened. He didn't do any shit.
I just wish he would say he shouldn't have had Mango at the event. I think we should have cut off Mango way earlier, but I don't know. I had him at 2 other Burial Card events and there's no.
You said he's basically an alcoholic. You should never have invited the alcoholic to your drinking event. He can't even see that.
No problem.
Which, by the way, horrible fucking excuse. It's like walking on like the last thread of a tightrope until it eventually breaks. You know the potential consequences. And the reason I know that you know is because your girlfriend, at an event that you helped operate, the Streamer Awards, invited her good alcoholic friend, Just a Minx, to an event where there was a lot of alcohol present. And what happened? Shit hit the fan. And I won't need to get into it, but it's like, oh, that sounds a little familiar, huh? So this isn't the first time something like this has happened in his life.
Yeah, these people are evil fucking morons. They don't give a shit. All they care about is money. And more streamers means more viewers means more money.
The big part of accountability is learning from your mistakes. Maybe 2 times is a coincidence. Maybe we'll be back here talking about it another day when it becomes a pattern of behavior. That was the first thing that came to my mind when I heard about this shit. I'm like, again? They are different situations, granted, but there's a lot of relatability. What happened to Minx after the fact? Well, not saying that she's not accountable for her actions, but she's blackballed. She failed the purity test of the streamer hierarchy by drinking at an event where she was told not to drink, but alcohol was easily accessible for her. These excuses are bad. And what's really interesting is while all this shit's going on,
yeah, an alcoholic, just like a heroin addict that's trying to get clean. I don't know if she was trying to get clean, but she was not drunk before she got there, most likely. And then you put alcohol in front of an alcoholic and they'll be looking at it like, I shouldn't, maybe just one shot.
People are holding you to account. You take easy shots at people that your chat already loves to hate. For example, you throw a random stray shot at Asmongold while you're getting shit.
Wait, hold up. Black female protagonists. Let's check Asmon's chat real quick. Halo DEI. DEI trailer. Oh, it's a DEI game. If you didn't notice, that woman, you heard me say woman, was black. So that is woke and not.
Yeah, and Asmongold's not the one inviting his alcoholic friend to come drink with him at an event full of other people drinking, and they're drinking for money. They're not just drinking for fun.
Not a game I'll play.
So you trying to make me look bad because of my chat, but you don't want to look bad because of your friend?
I love this. I love how mad Asmongold gets, because that's how mad everybody should get.
That you told to drink alcohol at your party for drinking alcohol that sexually harassed your coworkers? You trying to put me on blast and make me look bad because some people in my chat said some dumbass bullshit. But here you are, and that's your friend. You invited that guy.
Let me get some sympathy back and deviate drama away from me by shitting on Asmongold. Let me shit on Tectone.
It's like a Tectone video. I can die never watching one.
Shit, I wonder why he'd never watch Dr. Eggman.
Do you know who would disagree that you are not responsible for someone else's actions? Ludwig himself. And this is why we're talking about this here today.
Let me shit on Tectone and make people pissed at him for some shit his dad did. And you know why you're doing it. It's another fucking attempt to hide from taking accountability for anything. Well, you guys are saying this, but this person's a piece of shit. This person's a piece of shit. You know what that makes you look like? An even bigger piece of shit. Now, recently he did decide to take a little bit of accountability. And people are giving him credit for it. So, let's see what he said.
Honestly think the biggest mistake I made is I said, if someone asked me if I feel guilty and I said no. And I think that was my biggest mistake, was saying that. And I do regret saying that. And I was thinking, do I feel guilty about banning? But I feel guilty about the situation happening. I think that was honestly like my biggest fuck up.
This is your biggest mistake in this situation? Saying you didn't feel guilty for, let's up those numbers! That was your biggest mistake, not going, let's up those numbers! You don't think that was a mistake? But your biggest mistake was, I don't feel guilty about it. Your biggest mistake wasn't inviting an alcoholic to your event. Your biggest mistake wasn't encouraging the alcoholic to drink deadly amounts of alcohol at your event, which resulted in crazy situations to happen to the female guests. Your biggest mistake wasn't throwing all the onus on this guy when you're the one who invited him and encouraged him to abuse alcohol. But no, rather, your biggest mistake was saying that you feel zero guilt. And
actually, I invited this guy to the event, so this would be his rock bottom, so everybody would know. So he would know that, oh man, I better quit drinking alcohol and become a normal person. That's actually why I invited him. So he could crash out and it'd be the end of his career. He probably wasn't thinking that, but that's what happened.
Why was it your biggest mistake? Optics. That's why. This isn't guilt. This is optics. I think other creators would like for you to at least address this and apologize for it and set a precedent so this doesn't happen again. Maybe, but, oh no, I'm thinking rationally. My problem with most of these responses is that they're not responses. He barely addresses it, then he moves on and talks about himself. Each one of these little sections where he talks about this shit, that's all it is. He barely addresses it, talks about himself, and calls that a response. My big problem with this one in particular is that he didn't take any accountability. He just admitted to feeling some guilt, and all the streamers moved on and gave him good boy points. What the fuck? But let's just say he doesn't seem so pure now that we've held him up to his own standards. But at least his drama coverage on himself is about the same as his drama coverage on Hasan. Oh yes, good boy Hasan Patcher.
That's water. That's not baby oil, that's water.
Let's wrap this segment up. How can you become more pure, Ludwig? Well, no amount of baby oil is gonna make you pure. I would strip yourself of...
He ran out of baby oil, spraying it all over Hasan Piker back there. And so he refilled it with water for the bit. I bet he wanted to use baby oil, but he used it all on Hamas, Diddy, Epstein, Stalin, Adolf, baby oil Piker.
of the Hassans of the world. You don't have to suck up to these people, dude. Make more entertaining content, work on that, continue your little gaming shits, stop throwing shots at random people, take accountability when you fuck up. When you want to talk about something, fucking find the balls to take a stance on something, and don't suck up to people just because they're your friends when they treat you like shit or throw you to the fucking wolves when you have a fair take on something that doesn't fit their narrative.
Oh, but if I'm not a giant pussy, then I might get some people to not like me who I like.
It makes you look like a coward, spineless, pathetic loser. Right
Makes
now
him
you're getting
look
a lot
like
of
it?
shit from Hasan's community for saying the truth about Creator Clash. That's gonna happen. So don't suck up to those people just like you're not sucking up to people criticizing you about the mango situation. Have some principles, have some morals, stop fucking virtue signaling. No one gives a shit. And just run off your personality. You're doing too much.
He doesn't have
Except
one.
with your mogul mails. Like, those are so fucking boring, dude. Come on.
How to prepare for a Luddy party.
Hey there, folks. Welcome to another episode of Moron Mail. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to get ready for one of my streamer parties if you ever choose to show up. But there's a one condition. Only if my butt pal over here, Hasan, is coming with. So you got to make sure that you get ready properly. To demonstrate, first, I'm going to show how Hasan gets ready properly.
To get Hasan ready for his Luddy party, you first have to drench him in baby oil. That's a good amount.
Alright, he's ready to party. Now that he's ready to party, and now that I've demonstrated what you properly need to do, time for me to get ready to party. To get ready for a Luddy party, what you need to do is oil up. And essentially that consists of just, you know...
No, that's baby
now that
oil.
you're all ready and oiled up, we can start the party. Make sure you drink as copious amounts of alcohol so we can up those numbers!
All right then.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good to go. All right.
This is like a how-to basic video.
Conclusion.
But on yourself.
Jellyfishes are really cool sea creatures, and they're not really good content creators. You don't have to live by your friends, but you probably shouldn't backstab them. That will pretty much do it for today's content, Cop.
Awesome. Yeah, subscribe to this guy. I got him linked down there in the description. He's awesome. I'm subscribed to him. I gave him a like. Go ahead and do that, man. Watch it yourself if you want to. I don't care. I do care, actually. Do it. Do that, because this guy's awesome.